Well, hello, welcome to the ITL. This ITL, yeah, I know this is actually from shooting this a week ahead of time, a little over a week ahead of time. But yeah, what I'm going to do here is because last week I promised the week before that I was going to do an unboxing of the of my security camera, and I went ahead and did that. But this week on the ITL, I basically want to talk about a video that I had put up about, the video was actually named Deep Thoughts. And I wanted to put this out there on this ITL. I figured I'd go ahead and explain a little bit of my thinking of that and basically make you understand a little bit more where I'm coming from and why I did that. First off, I don't put big videos to belittle anybody. If you felt that you were belittled, I am totally sorry. And I know I haven't had anybody say that they took it in the negative. But just in case, I'm putting it out there. I do these videos hoping that people can relate to them, to reach out to the people that are, I don't know, they've been belittled themselves because of pain, depression, whatever ails you, whatever's going wrong in your life. And I try to put it out there saying, you know, it's okay. Don't feel that way. It's everything you're feeling is normal as far as everybody feels that way. Everybody feels that way, and most people feel that way in their lifetime. I'll say most people, not everybody. But the thing is, if depends on what it is, and everything is to accept it and get help in any way is within your affordable means. And I'm saying this, I'm trying to be kind of hazy on this because like mental health issues, it can be very expensive, and if you don't have insurance, well, you're just not going to get it. I understand that, but the first thing is to admit that you have the problem. That is the biggest step in my eyes. And then as far as help goes, I mean, mental illness is a hard thing. It's a very hard thing. Even a therapist, I've seen many therapists in my lifetime where they're there to give you advice. A good therapist should not give you advice. It should not. They should guide you and lead you into the right direction, but they should not give you advice. That's not a good therapist. Bugs. I got a lot of mosquitoes flying around right now, and of course my rose of Sharon doesn't help. I gotta trim them back, but anyway, it's just like and no, chronic pain, as far as the chronic pain goes, and I'm not saying this stuff is like, oh, poor me, poor me, poor me. Like I said, I'm saying this stuff so other people might be able to find these videos and kind of relate to them. And I mean, if it brightens their day, I said, hey, this guy understands a little bit of what I'm going through. You know, a lot of people don't understand that concept, but it does help a lot of people. It helps a lot of people. But as far as the chronic pain goes, I mean, chronic pain is very, very subjective. Personally, they have the scale of what you're paying from 1 to 10. I think it's a freaking joke, because if you never felt pain in your life and you say a 10, because I mean, it is a 10. It's the most pain you ever felt in your life, but yet it's a paper cut, and paper cuts do hurt. It's like, how can you compare that to somebody who has really severe nerve damage, skeletal problems, or something in that order? That the pain is so great, it just, or giving birth. I mean, I've never gave birth, of course, but from what I hear, But it's, how can you do that? You can't. You can't. Because I've heard people say, well, my pain is level about a 9 today. And looking in their eyes, and this is something, looking in their eyes, you could tell that their pain level is not as high as they're saying in your standards. But that's your standards. That's not what they felt or what somebody else might feel, because can I say that by looking in somebody's eyes that somebody else is in the same amount of pain as I am? No, but I can tell about how they are dealing with it. And if you're above past dealing with it, a lot of times you can see right in their eyes, and you know that pain if you've dealt with it. I've dealt with it. I've dealt with it quite a bit of most of my life now. And just to deal with it is not, that's a joke too. I mean, I'll put it out on this, which I had a comment. I'm not going to say the name because I can't. I'm afraid of being wrong about it. I have to look it up on that video. But I mean, I have a comment about Motrin, and yes, Motrin is a wonderful pain reliever. Don't get me wrong. I was told it was a wonderful pain reliever. Don't get me wrong. That was I'll go back to that, because all my life, aspirin, Tylenol, Motrin, all of those have been like, I might as well pop a Tic Tac. I mean, a glass of water that I take it down with does more for me than the actual over-the-counter pain reliever. And I'm like, I don't understand what the people are getting at, saying, oh, it's so great. If it helps them, that's fantastic. I don't understand. I really don't understand, because I mean, I only know what I go through. I've been told many times in the past that I have a very high pain threshold. And if I feel a lot of pain, that means it is excruciating. I don't know, I don't understand that concept, because I only know what I go through. I don't understand what everybody else goes through. So, I mean, I kind of like throw that out the door. Pain thresholds, what does that mean? Yeah, I understand it is the amount of pain you deal with, but everybody's different. I don't know what one person feels to the next. It's just a concept that should not be measured in my eyes. Yeah, and I had one. I hope he doesn't get upset. One commenter, Dave, and his first name's Dave, and he wrote me a nice little bit, and I really enjoyed reading it, Dave. And I commented back to him, and I could have gone on and on, and I know he could have too. I know he really could have too. It's just really good to relate whenever you're going through something. It's unexplainable why it makes you feel better that other people are suffering. It's kind of gruesome if you think about it, but it helps you feel a little bit. You can relate to somebody. Hey, I'm not the only one. You know? It's really gruesome. Oh, I'll suffer so I can feel better. No, it's not that way at all. But it is though. And he says he's watched my videos, and like Suburban Rider, aka the mayor, he said I've seen it in your eyes. And he spent some time, well, a lot of my riding, whenever I mean, it doesn't have to be a long ride. To me, going, 2 hours, 3 hours on a ride, it kills me. It really does. And can I keep riding? Yeah, lots of times I can. But I'm in such excruciating pain that I'd rather not. And yeah, Suburban Rider has seen that. He really has. If I had a rough day, and it takes me a few days to recover after a ride. If I had a rough day, yeah, he's seen that. He has. Do I like to show it? No. You like to hide. You try to hide it because people don't understand it, and you know people don't really understand. The majority of people don't understand, I should say. But it is, do you know how saying, they call it, was it the 1,000-yard stare or 100-yard stare, where somebody's been in the bush too long doing a war. But another fighter, another warrior, I should say, because I mean they can be from any service. They can look at that guy and they can tell he's been in the bush. He's got that 1,000-yard stare. Okay, and I like to relate this to a little bit to chronic pain patients. Actually, the eyes are like the windows of the soul. I do believe that. I do believe that. They tell a lot. If you just look into the eyes, I from pain, I do squint. It's just a natural thing. I mean, I get the best glasses in the world to see. I can see okay. It's just from all the, you know what I'm saying? But if you look into the eyes, you could tell a chronic pain sufferer. But you can't tell how much, of course. You can tell to like certain degrees how bad they really are to themselves. Because like I said, my pain, I can't gauge it compared to somebody else's pain. I have no idea what they've felt in their lifetime. But we could tell each other. I mean, if we're in a crowd, I can scan a crowd and I can tell you, okay, this guy is a very, very strong chronic pain sufferer. This lady is. We know, we can tell by each other by the eyes. Without even talking to them, without even seeing them walk or anything. Just looking into the eyes. It's something we can relate to. It's a lot of people try to say, I know what you're feeling. I don't agree with that. I like to say I can relate to what you're feeling. I can sympathize with what you're feeling, but I do not know what you're feeling. I mean, I had a judge tell me that there's no way to gauge pain. And he thinks it's stupid, ridiculous, how for certain things you have to be able to gauge pain. You could tell if somebody's in a debilitating pain, but there's no true levels to write down. Because one person's disability pain can be different from another person's. It's all, I mean, we wouldn't be individuals if we weren't. I think I've rambled on long enough about this. Let me see how long I've had. Yeah, some people, 13 minutes. Some people look at the camera like Matt, that's for the Friday at 40s. Yes, I look at my tablet. 13 minutes. Is it the longest one I've done? I think the shortest either. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to repeat this. I am not doing this as a boo-hoo to myself. And to be honest with you, I'm not really doing this for any true self-benefit, really. I just figured I can possibly help somebody else. If it helps somebody else, that's great. If it doesn't, I mean, it'll stay on my channel anyway. It doesn't matter. But I figured, why not? Why not? This is MuzzleMike, hoping you all have a great week. Signing out.